All right. I have here a bottle that I wanted to try for quite some time because there's this whiskey called 90. It's 45% alcohol by volume. It says Canadian rye whiskey on it. It's 5 years old. It's aged in an ex-bourbon barrel, and it's called 90, and it's 5 years old. And it says it's rye whiskey, but it's really pure corn whiskey. That's kind of false advertising, but the stuff is so good. I really like it. It is fabulous, just the way it's distilled and aged, and it's one of my favorite whiskeys. Even though it's cheap, it's it's so good to me, to my taste. I think it's the slight sourness of the ex-bourbon barrel that really makes a difference and makes it just wonderful. So you can imagine how, liking that whiskey so much, I would want to try different expressions of the 90. And this one here is a 20-year-old 90. I think the bottle costs something like $70 plus tax, as compared to the 5-year-old, which is about $30. But I had to try it, and maybe it's a very heavy bottle. It's a heavy bottle. Half the weight of it is probably the glass of the bottle, rather than the whiskey itself. And here it says it's decades of richness, 20-year-old Canadian rye whiskey, ultra premium oak cask aged, 90 proof, 45% alcohol by volume, 750 mils. And here it says the inspiration for 90 was born from its natural cask strength character. After 20 years in charred oak barrels, we have drawn and blended from our cherished reserves to present the most discerning of whiskies. Expect a smooth, luxurious depth of flavor, rich in oak, spices, and a light fruit sweetness. Century Distillers, Calgary, Alberta, product of Canada. Well, like I said, I have been wanting to try this for a while, just because I like their 5-year-old expression so much. Ooh, there's a wooden top to the cork, and oh, it wants to stay in there. Ah, that's probably because it was bottled at at a high elevation in Calgary, and here at sea level, the vacuum that was created by pulling the cork wanted to keep the cork in there. I mean, the cork was being pulled in while I was trying to pull it out. Let's see now. It looks like a plastic cork with a wooden top that says 90 on it. Okay. The bottle feels good in the hand, but it's heavy. It's a heavy bottle. This is not for the weak of arm. Get a little more in there. This is like a decanter. It's so heavy. Okay, see if I can get this back in there. Oh, it's there. It's a bit tight too. No wonder it was creating a vacuum. Well, let's give ourselves a bit of a palate cleansing from that last whiskey we had, or I'll give myself a palate cleansing from that last whiskey I had, which really didn't do it for me. Oh, oh, I'm getting a sweetness. I'm getting a whiff of sweetness every time the top of the glass goes past my nose. From here I smell it. Ooh. It smells a lot like the 5-year-old, only more complex. There's some Some fruit. Oh, there's some vanilla. Definite vanilla. Quite a bit of vanilla. Quite a lot of vanilla. There's the vanilla, there's some fruit, but I can't put my finger on what kind of fruit it is. Is it a kiwi or I'd almost venture to say that there's a bit of a melon thing to it. Like a no, no, it's vanilla. Quite a bit of freshness for something this old. Got to spend a little time with it. I'm sure there's a lot of complexity brought along by 20 years in the oak. Even if the oak is ex-bourbon, I'm sure it had a lot of flavor to still give to the whiskey. After 20 years, the barrel is probably pretty much done, meaning that just about everything that can be taken out of the wood is gone. It's not an overpowering nose, even though it's 45% alcohol by volume. Maybe a hint of something spicy. A very slight hint of pepper, maybe. Very slight. I imagine this is going to be smooth and pretty light. Mellowed by 20 years in the cask. Well, we're past 8 minutes now. I might as well give it a taste. Richness, vanilla, mouth-watering, 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 toffee, caramel, Werther's Original. Oh, this is like liquid candy. But it's not an overpowering liquid candy. It's not too sweet, which is what I like. Oh, lots of vanilla and caramel from the wood. Ooh, nice. This is something special. Okay. We got our initial taste. Get some more water. Wash it out. Yeah, vanilla, caramel, some spice. Very special. Very woody. Very oaky. Oak, vanilla, caramel, toffee. A bit of spice. Not sure what spice it is. It's not cinnamon. Yeah, it's pepper. It's like peppery. But not peppery like a Jura single malt. Maybe. You know what? I'm going to try adding just a little bit of water. Just a little bit of water. Maybe that will bring out a couple more flavors. Yeah, like any whiskey, you gotta give it time. Give it some time. Yeah. Now I'm getting more of the caramel and toffee. I'm still getting some vanilla, but not as much. It's not as predominant. A little bit of fruit. It's like berries. Sort of like a mild blueberry kind of thing. Yeah, there's still a lot of vanilla. Still a lot of vanilla. A bit spicy still, with a bit of water. Yeah, to your very good health.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.